Alright, so special unboxing here for you guys today. What I have here is a Macross 158 scale Vf-1J with super strike parts in stock colors. This is from Yamato, originally released in 2006, and this is an open sealed box. So really looking forward to cracking this open. And yeah, it's really cool. Comes in this nice color scheme, not Canon. But yeah, as you can see, it comes with all the parts. Can transform in all three modes, obviously. But comes in this nice, huge box, mostly black. But anyways, that's it. There's nothing else to see here. But yeah, let's go crack it open. So inside that big box, you have this filler cardboard, and then you have this unmarked boxes, just pure white. And the smaller one has all the super parts. Yeah, man, that looks so nice. That's crazy. Um, but yeah, let's. And then the other one has the Valkyrie itself. Ooh, that looks really nice. Mostly black with some grays. So that looks crazy. Yeah, let's open up this secondary box. Starting with the accessories. Yeah, here it is. It looks pretty good. So let's just grab one of these guys. For example, this. Obviously, you can take that out and then replace it with, just the, I guess, missile pod or whatever. You can also remove this to reveal all the details inside. Yeah, real love the super pack, especially in this color. It's really nice. Obviously, it totally matches the Valkyrie. Missiles here are different in color. They're not white, so that's pretty nice. Even this one here, you can really love the color, the details, and the paint. Nice and shiny. You have some gold in there too, not just silver. Yeah, this is great. Alright, so here it is, and it looks so good. It does look like it's never been touched. Everything's perfect. Get the pilot there. It looks similar to my low vis, but yeah, we'll see. Then you have missiles here. Oh yeah, they definitely look reminds me of the ones I have. They look the same, even the color is the same as the low vis one. Oh, this one obviously has the do you remember love hands? So the cartoony huge hands. Yeah, that looks awesome. Oh man, I really like the color scheme. Yeah, definitely looks brand new. Obviously, you can adjust the flaps here in the back. It has air brakes or something. That you can also open the canopy like so. Then we can grab the pilot, put him inside. Yeah, close it. Yeah, it's really nice. That's cool. Yeah, this crossbow in the back, but obviously it doesn't have much markings on it, unlike the Bandai one. You know, this one you would have to apply stickers and stuff. It's lighter than I remember, but because I guess I've been accustomed to holding the Bandai version. Another thing, as you can see here, the lights at the bottom are just white or clear. I mean, they're not like red or can't remember what color it's supposed to be, but yeah, they're just clear, really stealthy. Same thing. You can remove the nose cone, and you can see some kind of radio or radar in the front there. By the way, I didn't see this, but all the manual stuff and additional accessories are behind the box here. So you have the mini missiles here, additional tempo, and then the manual for the super parts. And then behind the other box is your decal sheet there, full transformation guide on that one. But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, where is it? But yeah, since it's never been opened, it's all in there in the back, untouched. Forgot to uh, deploy the landing gears. Yeah, yeah. As you can see, there's the landing gear. It's in die cast with some rubber tires. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And here's your gun strap in rubber, and then your gun pod here. There's the grip with a hole that goes between the forearms. You kind of have to like spread it apart, and then you can shove it in there. There it is. It looks really nice. Wow. I'm just ogling it. Sorry guys. It's so good. Anyways, let's attach some super parts to it. All right, so there he is, or there it is with the super packs. It's a little bit finicky, but yeah, it looks really good with this setup. So you got all the missiles. Zoom out a little bit there, and then obviously you can have it symmetrical, but I always like it like this, anyways. Yeah, the arms are not securely held up in place. You know, it's basically pinched by the legs. So if the Valk is flying like this, then yeah, you can see that the gun pod is somewhat pointing down. But that's just how engineered, I guess. So, and when it's on the landing gears, it's even more pointing down. So if we look lower here, you can see that it's really pointing down. So yeah, it's basically dragging the front. So, but anyways, still looks pretty cool, especially all armed up like this. Before we transform him to Gerwalk mode. Let's just do some comparison first. First up is Vf-0A, also from Yamato, also quite old. I don't know if you can tell, but it's somewhat discolored. But to me, I like to think of it as some kind of weathering. But yeah, they look good together. Obviously, different scales, so the pilot there is smaller than the VF1. Um, so this is 1/48 scale. This is roughly 1/60th scale. VF1 uh, are um, are relatively small Valkyries compared to the other ones. So even though they're different scale, they're about actually the same size. Anyways, so next one is YF22. Um, yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I kind of like this color scheme. you know, I mean, there's a time and place for the really colorful one, but anyways, yeah. Also from Yamato, and yeah, I just like the stealthy look. Next up is a YF29 from Bandai. So this is pretty cool, fully armed up with its super packed. I even have the scans that are deployed, so they kind of look not look the same, but you know what I mean, right? Like so. But yeah. All right. Last but not least is another VF1. This one is the low vis version from Yamato that came out in 2003, and I've had this since 2003, so more than 20 years old. Although this is brand new, this is also practically 20 years old. I mean, at least the design is more than 20 years old, and including the engineering as well. But it doesn't look that old, at least not to me. I guess because the design itself is timeless, and they did such a great job. All right, so there it is in Gerwalk mode, and yeah, it's pretty nice. I really like the color scheme. It's it just I don't know. It seems like it's meant to be like this, but I can see how it could be boring in cartoon or animation where it's like all grays, right? So, and especially they're kind of targeted for kids initially, right? Although the original show was pretty serious, right? Anyways, you can pull up some nice A stands. I do miss the extendable legs that you get with the Bandai, but you can still do A stands, and you can extend the actual feet. So that allows you to angle it a little bit, but it'd be nice if you can angle it a little bit more. You can see that it's not fully flat there, but it still works. It's still able to stand. Obviously, when you try to transform the VF1 with the super packs, things will start to fall off. Like mostly the missiles. Aside from that, like all the armor and stuff, we're able to stay in place. Even the booster at the top there. The thing that would fall off is basically the front bits. But aside from that, they're pretty stable. It can get kind of awkward though because this thing is not locked, right? So it might unfold while you're trying to transform. But it's a fairly simple transformation. There's not really a lot uh, of things you need to do. It's not that involved. You just basically need to unfold the legs and then swing out the arms, and you're pretty much done. And then obviously, you know, uh, unfold the hands from there, from the forearms. But yeah, as you can see, I'm using the transformation hands, which is a little bit kind of like a little bit small, but it can hold the gun pod still like this. Although it's kind of awkward, right? You can see where it's like, and there's no peg to hold it in place, so you just really have to hold the grip. And yeah, as you can see, it's kind of pointing down. Right, so, anyways, but yeah, there it is in Gerwalk mode. It's still pretty nice. Let's do some comparison. I don't really have that many Vox in Gerwalk mode, but I'll dig something. All right, so there they are together. This is a VF-31AX from Macross Delta Absolute Live, I believe. It's one of the variation. I can't remember the name of the character, but yeah, it's the green one basically. Anyways, that's the only one that I currently have in Gerwalk, but that's how they look together. So as you can see, this guy can pull a little bit more aggressive A stance, mainly because you can extend a leg, and yeah, it's. Oh, I actually still have the stand adapter, but that's fine. You don't have to remove it because you can't really notice it from this angle. But yeah, as you can see, the wing is just so far. I mean, it extends so far to the back, and this one is just a little bit more shorter lengthwise. But anyways, that's how they look together. Oh, also, one thing to note is with Banda, as you can see, there's a lot more markings, right? Like the number, the kind of warning symbols all over the place, right? It's just that's what they're able to do now with this technology, I guess. But why is it not able to stand? Anyways, so I guess the A stance is too aggressive. There you go. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for the Gerwalk mode. Let's go check out the Battroid mode. All right, so there it is in Battroid mode with the larger. Do you remember love hands? They're very rubbery, but anyways, it looks really good. I really like the color scheme. There's a little bit more, I guess, differences in colors. As you can see here, there's more contrast between this black and this light gray, and then there's like medium gray, and then you have the black chest. But yeah, let's go for a spin here. I wish there would be more hands like this in this set, but we only have 2 extra pairs of hands, and the other one are fists. So these are the only hands you can use to hold the gun pod, aside from the transformation hands. Yeah, I really like the details in the back here. So, and you can still have the antenna pointing out, but I don't know if that's canon, but yeah. And you really have to be careful with the back here, because if you don't do it properly, it'll fall back, right? Like you basically have to fold in the little fins inside, and then push this piece here, and then or use the what do you call this, the support to hold the whole back in place like that. But yeah, it looks really nice. I really like it. I dig it. I like even the lens of in the head there is just clear plastic. So yeah, really monochromatic look. I really dig it. So yeah, I guess that's it. Let's do some comparison. All right, so first up is YF19, obviously from Macros Plus, also from Yamato. As you can tell, for the both of them, they're pretty plain in terms of markings and decals, and that's just how it was with Yamato. Anyways, they're about the same size, but just like the other ones, this is a smaller scale, like 160 compared to 148 scale. Again, like most other Valkyries are the ships were just bigger. So they had to scale it down just to be similar size. If this were 148, it'd be much bigger. Anyways, all right. So next up is VF-25 from Macross Frontier. This one is from Bandai. Yeah, as you can see, a little bit smaller in size. The Bandai ones tend to be smaller. I don't know if just the actual um, design or just that the scale is not, exact. But anyways, that's how it is. As you can see, now we're seeing a lot more decals and design uh, markings. But yeah, but obviously this is a stealth, so it's not really exact comparisons. Anyways, that's it for that. Finally, another VF1. It's also Vf-1J, as you can tell from the head, but this is the full armored one. Well, wearing half of it just so you can see. So basically that's how it looks, right? But yeah, let's just turn a little bit, you can kind of see the difference without the armor here. You have definitely more markings in this Bandai version of the VF1. But again, they're like 20 years apart, right? So there's definitely some improvements to technology here. They're able to do a lot more things to the figure here to make it more interesting, but also a lot more expensive. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the comparison. Oh, one thing you would also notice is that the gun is much bigger too, not just longer but chunkier as well. The hands, the transformation hands is also bigger, and it's fully articulated, so yeah, you can see the difference in technology from everything. All right, so that's the VF-1J with Super Strike parts from Yamato from almost 20 years ago. I mean, the design is more than 20 years for sure. But anyways, it still looks really good, and I really like the color scheme, hence I got it. Actually, I got it for about 300 Canadian plus tax. I don't know if that's a good price, but it seems to be cheaper than what I can find elsewhere. I bought it locally as well, so that's a good thing. Anyways, would I recommend you to buy this one? Well, yeah. If you like this color scheme, non-canon, then go ahead, and if you can find it, then even better. But other than that, there's a lot of options out there right now, from Robo Duo, the obviously Bandai, and then Kids Concept, I guess the other one. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of options out there. But at this size, this unique color scheme, you can only get it from, I guess, Yamato. But I think there was anniversary edition from Bandai that looks pretty good too. But yeah, anyways, if you can buy it, I think that was only available in Japan as a P Bandai exclusive or something like that. So anyways, I'm just rambling on. I mean, it's kind of hard to review this because it's not available in a meaningful way, right? But yeah, it's still cool nonetheless. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.